Welcome. We are here at Aspen Collective, 213 South Mill Street in the Wheeler Opera House. We are honored to have Alex Moore in the house.
Man.
And we're showing 5 of his original artworks here, and kind of a pleasant experience because this is probably the first show that we've ever sold out before it even opened.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a reflection of the enthusiasm that we're seeing about the work. So many people come in, love the idea, love the texture, love the idea of how you put these things together. So can you explain just a little bit about your practice and how you came to make these works?
Yeah, of course. So I take an original photo, and that becomes kind of the source photo, which I then break into a grid and rephotograph on Polaroid film. So at one point, there's a series of 9x12 Polaroids that comprise the source image. And then into that, I take my Polaroids that I've shot around the world and are archived in binders. And then I kind of piece them into the larger image in ways that, continue lines and really just add to the image and give it another level.
So this particular piece here, the 4th of July work, is actually a little bit different than the other ones because it's like there's no real image.
Exactly. This one's more about a symbol. And I was thinking, as I scale up with one Polaroid to many, what are some successful ways that I can create a larger image? And then the idea of an American flag, a lot of artists have tackled this in the past, Jasper Johns, for example. And I love the idea that, up close, there's 77 Polaroids. And these American flags, I make sure to only shoot the Polaroids that comprise it in America. So it's all different narratives of the American story, and then they weave together to create the symbol of the flag.
So in this piece, I love it because almost in this line, I see like the Hamptons.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like here is like Big Sur.
Yep.
Or I don't even know, there's desert scenes. There's little surprises in all your work. So you seem like pretty well traveled. What was like the inspiration behind this like outlaw show?
Totally.
You're kind of a cowboy. You like the West.
Yeah, I love the West. I grew up in New York City, and I have a lot of friends that work corporate gigs, and I just think it's so important these days to get out and explore. And the sense of cowboy, the exploration, the adventure, being one with nature, that's something that really resonates with me. And so, yeah, I guess you could say I'm a modern day cowboy, going out there, seeing the world, and then bringing it back and capturing it in different ways and creating art with it.
So we have to thank a mutual friend of ours, Richard Hodash, who I met at Clark's Oyster Bar. And he kind of fascinated me because he's done 11,000 brain surgeries. And he said, hey, you got to meet my friend Alex. You got to see his work. And one of the things that we like to do at the gallery is have artists that are cool, talented, create work with depth. And you really fit the bill for that. But I never imagined that this would be as successful as it is. And we also have to give a shout out to Sarah McClellan, who helped curate the show.
Yeah, big time.
And, maybe could you say a few words about like what it was like working with the gallery here?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, Richard put us in touch, and DJ and I had a lot of phone calls over the last couple of months, and I could feel the energy from 1,000 miles away, and it was just such a pleasure. It was super easy. They kind of pushed the work to a level where we sold out before we opened. So I'm happy with the back and forth and the collabing, and really happy with how it all turned out.
And can you explain, maybe talk about this idea we had the other night about what's next for you?
Totally. So yeah, DJ has invited me graciously to the artist residency program on the backside of the mountain, where he's got a couple cabins, and we're going to outfit him to some artist studios. And the plan is to come for a month in the fall when the leaves are changing, and then another month in the winter to get some crispy white scenes. And I'll be out there with my Polaroid camera, creating some snapshots, making some of these large-scale mosaics. And then in the summer, maybe we'll put together another show.
And a little teaser, we were talking about landscapes as people.
And people as landscapes.
And people as landscapes. And You know, this piece that's behind Shane, our videographer, one of the cool things about that work that I love is that shoulder with the sunset.
Totally.
So how do you go through your archives and like place these things? Are you just looking for certain?
Yeah, exactly. So that's, you can see within that image, there's the same sunset, but just, you know, horizontal. And this one, I guess for some reason, I didn't have this in mind when I shot that image, but I hit it with like a 45-degree angle. So that's definitely something that as I continue with this series, I need to kind of figure out more about how to, you know, shoot stuff at angles that you wouldn't necessarily do it for a single image, but considering it, putting it as a puzzle piece into a larger image, you know, sometimes looking at the world from a different standpoint will better it.
And we sold that original, and then we had a nice couple come in and commission a new work.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of fun with that photo
Yeah, I'm
shoot.
excited for that one later today.
So we're really honored to have you here.
Thank you, my man.
Brother.